Hello there, beautiful people. Welcome back to the channel. Fake news is the enemy of the people. That's one of the more controversial things that President Trump has said, right? It got him into a lot of hot water. Today, let's investigate a little bit into that claim. But before that, let's talk about people that keep our borders safe. The United States Border Patrol, ICE. What are these guys? Who are these guys? Well, mainstream media will have you believe that these are people who wake up in the morning, leave their house, and they have death on their minds. They're just waiting to go out there and kill. Kill who? Well, especially brown people. In particular, brown children. Apparently, these twisted, sick human beings get off killing people, especially kids, with melanin in their skin. Well, that's what the people will have you believe. In reality, the contrast is these are the people that keep us safe. These are the people that keep our borders safe. These are the people that keep our country safe. If it weren't for these people, several kind of folks will get inside the country, and once they do, the vast majority of us, the ones that do not live in gated communities, the ones that do not live in million-dollar mansions and can afford tons of security like most of the Democratic senators, we are going to regret it. The rest of us are going to regret it. These people save us. Yet, I believe it was Kamala Harris, the Democratic senator, who compared ICE to the KKK. It was some liberal comedy show. I think it might have been Michelle Wolf's, I don't know, that compared ICE to the terrorists at ISIS. So yeah, these are the people that put their lives at risk to keep us safe, and this is how we repay them. Along this story, I'm sure most of you guys have heard of this terrible tragedy that took place. A 7-year-old girl, she was Guatemalan, she tried to cross the border illegally, and she died at the custody of the Border Patrol. At least that's the full story. That's what most of the mainstream media outlets seem to be reporting. The problem with reporting like this is that we all know that most people do not go beyond the headlines. So when you leave an article with this being the headline, people just assume that it was the fault of the Border Patrol. If it were me, now I'm not a journalist that works for the Communist News Network, but if it were me, I would have headlined the story as such. Girl tries to cross the border illegally, dies of dehydration because of the journey. That's how I would have put it. But and why would I would have put it? Well, I don't think mainstream media is doing the right thing in blaming our border patrol. So here's the story. There was this 7-year-old girl. She was crossing the border from Guatemala. Here's a Google Map direction between Guatemala and the New Mexico Border Patrol. As you can see, it's quite a distance away. So the 7-year-old girl, she was in the U.S. Customs and Border Protection after falling ill. The little girl was traveling from Guatemala with her father. I cannot believe that mainstream media attributes no blame to the parents of these children. They were detained December 6th, along with several other migrants who were crossing the border illegally. And the girl had not eaten or consumed water for several days. Once again, very important details. Nobody brings it up. After they were in custody of the Customs and Border Patrol, 8 hours in, she started having seizures. The paramedics arrived. Her body temperature was above normal. She was taken by helicopter to the El Paso, Texas hospital, and there she died. I think she may have gone into cardiac arrest. She was later revived, but she eventually did not make. A terrible tragedy, and the loss of life, especially the loss of life of a child who had nothing to do with this, by the way. It's her parents. Her parents said, let's walk 3,000 kilometers and cross the United States border illegally. And this child just followed. Anywho, this horrible thing that happened, it's bizarre to me that the mainstream media attributes no blame to the father. They attribute no blame to whatever the circumstances was in Guatemala that made these people flee. They attribute, or at least try to attribute, all the blame to the people that's trying to keep us safe. I don't know, you guys. This is just beyond bizarre to me, and I just hate it. And I don't know. Currently, there is an investigation going on. People are investigating if the girl was properly taken care of while she was in the Border Patrol custody for 8 hours. And yeah, that's what's going on. The mainstream media refuses, just absolutely refuses, to attribute no blame to the parents or to attribute no blame to this illegal activity of illegal border crossing. It's all the fault of the United States, more specifically, the people in the United States that's trying to keep the country safe, or at least that's the narrative being told to us. Well, you guys, that's it for this particular video. I'll talk to you guys soon. Just had to vent a little bit. Take care.